another household name to a lot of Queenslanders and Gold Coast people in particular. Preston Le Gassick's son, who was a great roller player in his own time. So some great names, two great teams. Both of them had wins this morning in their earlier games, and one of them will be undefeated at the end of tonight.
So starting for the Queensland men, we have Le Gassick, McKinnon, Rulia, Def, I'm hoping I pronounced that right, Hawk, Yates, and for the SA Red men, we have Smith, Ipasso, Barret, Smith, and Ulbrich. Queensland South going to be heading, Queensland men heading to the right of your screen, and SA Red wearing the white strip going to your left. Ball's on fly, and it is SA Red with possession.
I must say, an interesting colour set there from the South Australian team in their uniforms. Some Indigenous recognition there as well, so great to see.
Different indeed for an SA group, as we see Hustle not being able to convert down that end, and points on the board.
Yeah, straight away Max McKinnon showing the type of play that's seen him becoming an NBL player in the footsteps of his father, a development player this year for the Brisbane Bullets.
Strong take there by Smith. Am I right saying McKinnon's rocking the trusty McKinnon number 5?
6 actually. Sam was number 6, so Max is actually number 5. You would have thought he would have maybe done 7, one better than his dad, but
Smith, SA can't thread the needle on that occasion. McKinnon bring the ball up the floor. Queensland group. Slight little push off there. Willendorf, they can't go. Pasu again, dancing the ball for SA Red. Triple. No good for Smith. Rebound for Hawk. Previously at the under-18 Nationals last year at Wyndham was extremely impressive. He throws off the on-ball. Turnover with Gassick not being able to gather.
And a similar start to the game earlier on in the piece that we covered, the Vic Navy and New South Wales team. Both teams are sort of feeling each other out, a little bit chaotic at the moment, but I'm sure both teams will settle in up to this in the future.
Smith with the turnover. Queensland on the attack. Reverse layup. McKinnon can't go. Pasu with the rebound. Pushing. Finds Smith, who converts the 2. We have SA Red 4-2 early. Hawk. Oh, sorry. McKinnon, I should have said. Extending on the transition break. Unable to convert. SA Red down the other end. Turnover. And McKinnon's going to go upstairs. Slamming, jamming McKinnon.
A trademark McKinnon finish, the 2 hands and the flush for the dunk. It's,
as we see Barret dancing at Pasu. Good ball movement here from the red group. Triple goes up, and it's good from Barret. As we go with...
One thing can be said is no concerns of any shot clock violations happening in the current state of play, with both teams playing with a high level of energy and pace, and definitely both trying to stamp their mark on this game early.
Having seen some of these players at previous chances, knowing they like to shoot the ball, it is definitely going to be a good game. Gassick finds McKinnon. McKinnon gets blocked. There's the shot clock violation. My apologies. Rulia Def. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, I think so. He was a player last year at Southern District, so probably should know the correct pronunciation, because he did a good job of us during this past season, but a fine block against him just then, and SA maintain the lead at 7-4 early on.
Here we go, Smith looking to play off. 45 on ball, good separation. Finds Smith again for an easy 2. Not much weak side rotation there from the Queensland group. Baseline drive, kick out. Roller goes for a triple.
If my memory serves me correct, Harry's due to be heading off to the University of Hawaii as a Division I scholarship holder.
A lot
to distant future. So making sure that he finishes his junior career here in Australia on a positive note.
Paso there getting his feet in the paint and getting some contact. He'll go and looks like he'll shoot 2. The foul on Le Gassick.
Yeah, Pasu looks like a lively type, wanting to get on the rim early, both in transition and in the half court, and yeah, excited to see what he has to offer over the course of the game.
See Yak check in for the game. Also making the first. Converts on the second. We'll have Queensland looking to advance forward. Gassick extended pressure with this SA Red team. In this zone, just putting a bit of a delay with Cork probing. Gets it to McKinnon. McKinnon to Cork fires. He's long. Gassick with the O-ball. Can't go. Pasu coming down the floor. Probing off the Yak on ball. Aldrich down low. He's travelled. Queensland ball.
You need to see the pace of the game just slowing down. That initial pace is lessened somewhat as teams start to settle into their offensive sets and get a better feel for who they're playing against and the environment that they're in.
Oh! McKinnon out of nowhere, leaping up after an O rebound from Queensland. Makes an easy 2, 9-11. Queensland trail, SA Red. SA Red on the attack, and that's Beret not being able to convert. Really was going to be a tough finish. We have SA Red ball on the baseline.
Yeah, probably needed to finish there more to the left side and the preferred right, but definitely some athletes out there and early on some of the finishing and shot blocking abilities already being showcased by some very talented young athletes.
Papakostas is checked in for Queensland. Smith for the 3 for SA Red. O rebound, Aldrich throws it up for Yak. He gets a bucket.
Yeah, Papakostas, another one of the young Queensland players, a major player last season for the Brisbane Capitals in the NBL 1 North, and it'll be interesting to see him and his impact off the bench.
Le Gassick with a runner there. SA Red back on to the attack. Smith with it. To Rutasaya. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He gets a baby hook left hand 2. Gassick post up on Yak. Can't go. Gassick baseline drive. Gets thrown down his throat. Beret said no. And we have an out of bounds. Three minutes 18 to play here in the first quarter. It sees Queensland 11 trailing SA Red 15. Neither team really looking like they're going to explode out of the blocks here.
Well, that could all change with a young Kobe McDowell-White now entering into the game, because he was one entertainment machine.
Turnover, Retick Shire sees Le Gassick pushing the ball. Triple on cue. No good. SA can't go. Kick ahead. McDowell-White loads up, goes bang on cue. Coach Ryan, talk it through it.
Some people just make your job a lot easier.
We're going to call him the microwave. Instant heating up.
He has that ability too, and a real game changer, and that's just maybe a taste of what's to come.
Ridishai there with the triple. The SA Red post-up game. Strong take to the basket there. Papakostas.
That's what you get from him. Old school basketball, down the block, power it up, left and right hand finish, and we'll go to work down there.
So we see SA Red using two sides of the floor, turnover, and Gassick with an easy lay-in. Squares us up, ties us up, 18 apiece here with a minute 44 to play in the first quarter. So Red with the ball, Beret moving the ball through Aldridge. Stop. Beret for the triples, no good. Queensland back onto the attack. Gassick. Kick out. McDowell-White can't go back to back. McKinnon with the O rebound. Yates can't follow, and we've got a put back in.
Papakostas again, big body, knows where to be, and knows how to use that big body of his to position. He's not going to play probably the traditional above the rim style of game, but great body position, nice hands and nice finish, and already stamping his mark coming off the bench for the Queensland team and tying it up at 18-all.
I'm just looking at the group on the floor, and there has been some changes, but at one stage you had Yates, Papakostas and McKinnon, all offensive potential rebounding machines. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with as this week goes on to try and keep them off the glass. As we see, strong take there by Ridishai, can't go.
Strong take and good call by the refs, you know, good offense, good defense, let the game play, and no, look, I don't think there's going to be any issues with either of these two teams around scoring, and I think it's just going to be a case of who can find some more stops, and definitely just on early looks, two teams are going to be right in the mix of it.
Well, I called it probably too early, thinking we were going to have a bit of a standoff, but as we haven't, it's 20 apiece. 46 seconds to play here in the first. McDowell-White.
20 each and entertaining to boot, so while we all love this game.
And Queensland, McDowell-White, probing, kick out. Papakostas finds his way into the lane with a contested two. And Radishire gonna hold this up a little bit. He wants the last possession of this game. Quarter, I should say. Stretches it. Finds Yak to the corner man in. Stock not being able to really take stock of that shot.
Well, and he needs to do a better job there. There was more time, that game awareness that we've talked about in other games, and there was plenty of time there to make the extra pass and probably a McKinnon breakaway for a 4-point lead. Instead, SA with chance to.
Hail Mary, no good. 22 plays 20. Queensland with the early lead here at the end of the first quarter. I'm going to hand it to you, Dale. What do you see?
Well, start off with one, we've got two great coaches, two really experienced coaches in Joel Carlew and David Cooper. And to their credit, they let the boys play. No timeouts, let them feel out each other and that. And for me, that was a real, you know, a positive out of that first quarter. And, you know, beyond that, you know, two teams, they can get it up and down. They can push it 22-20. And it really is going to come down to those little things, I think, over the course of the game. Who can make runs, who can continue to make shots, who can get stops, who can get on a little bit of a roll. That's probably what's going to be the difference. I think either of these teams have the capacity to win this game. And they've demonstrated that early, and it's been fun to watch.
As we see Kinnan going upstairs, who for you are the players to watch?
Look, I mean, it is a bit of a who's who of players out there, but I mean, early on, I think, you know, Papakostas has come out and off the bench and gave a spark for the Queensland team. For South Australia, I like the look of Apasu early on, and actually like the kid Smith. He's a little awkward looking, not your traditional big, but just knows where to be. Good hands and a couple of good finishes. But a good point spread across the board for the South Australian team. You know, already 7, 8 players in scoring situations. So they're definitely going to be a group that's going to share the scoring load. And yeah, I think this game's well positioned and a great start, and 3 more quarters to look forward to.
Great signs for the coaches with both benches having 9 points of each team's respective. One with Queensland with 22 and SA Red 20 with 9 points, both teams off the bench. As we look into the SA Red huddle, we are now going to have a Queensland possession at the start of this second. Queensland leads 22 over SA Red 20 as we start the second quarter. Referee just checking everyone's good. Ball's in play. And an early turnover with Queensland turning it over. Brennan throw it in. Yap going to work, can't get it to go. We're heading down the other end. Kick out. Ball was down wide, post speed. Kick out again, good ball movement. Peachy for the 3. It can't go. Rebound with Yasaya. I'll get there by the end of it, I'm sure. Post speed, Yat. Nice find. Great poise, and takes stock of that basket.
Look at the growing trend in the game, utilising the post player as a pass entry point, and well-executed cut, well-executed pass, and well-executed finish.
McVeigh unable to connect on that triple, and Ritishire pushing the ball. Yeah. Stop, kick out. No good for SA Red. Oh, rebound, yeah. Turnover. Queensland with the run. Throws it up. Made basket. McVeigh.
Yes, another household name. Obviously, Lloyd McVeigh, the younger brother of Tasmanian Jack Jumper, Jack McVeigh, who's having an outstanding season for the Jack Jumpers this year. And new franchise, still in the playoff picture. Exciting times down there for the Southerners of Tasmania. So
extremely exciting. We just called it an early game of Tasmania, and there potentially wasn't too much Jack jumping there.
No, probably not the best rendition of Tasmanian basketball, but no, Lloyd's one of many young athletes of heritage and brotherhood that is the future of Australian basketball, and right now we're seeing some of the best of it here in this first half, with Queensland taking the lead and the first time out of the game.
We have a timeout here at the Mackay Stadium. Queensland leading 26 over SA Red 22, and SA Red taking that timeout just to have a conversation about what's happening now. What stands out to me when you go through the stat line is the amount of rebounds that Queensland have. They currently lead with 8-0 rebounds and a total of 15. I mentioned it before, they've got some real heat on the glass every possession they have offensively.
Now look, they're an aggressive team on the offensive board, and Joel Carlu's noted for that in sending 3, sometimes 4 players to the board and trusting his transition D. I think the other key one for me at the moment is South Australia making the game hard for themselves with 7 turnovers, and I think that's something they need to clean up if they want to be in a position to continue to be competitive through this next phase of play.
And that is the wonderful insight of Dale Ryan, ex-Bullets assistant coach, and I should mention championship winning assistant Bullets assistant coach, and that's why you are special comments tonight. SA Red advancing the ball. Brennan in the post, spins, turns to his left, easy off the glass.
So I'd like to see some guards getting down the block, going to work in the block. Again, a little bit of a lost art of the game in today's world of dribble drive and catch and shoot. So nice to see some old school basketball.
Ruhanduff just trying to force it down at one end, and Smith capitalising down the other.
I said before, he's got an awkward look about him, but he's effective. And again, disruptive there and causing turnovers. He has that Dylan Boucher look about him, you know. That glue guy, that guy's just going to make plays and get things done, even if he doesn't look like a traditional basketball player.
Just a loss in connection there with McDowell White and Papakostas. And that will see a change from the Queensland bench. SA Red extending pressure in Queensland.
Look, it is one of the challenges in these under-20 championships. Most of these teams don't have a lot of prep time. Players don't really get a lot of opportunity to play with each other, and so it can often take a game or two for people to get their rhythm and their feel for their own teammates and that. And seeing that a little bit on both sides of the ball with the amount of turnovers and just sloppy play with the ball.
Aldridge adding to his account on the last possession. Queensland attacking the rim. Tough take. Force take, I should say, by Peachy and SA on the attack. And there's your guy. Smith. Tough bucket.
Again, these guys make me look like gold at the moment, all of them out there. So, no, he has an uncanny knack of finding the basket and putting the hoop in, and already 8 points in equivalent minutes. A good start for young Smith.
Bay there trying to get on the baseline drive. Couldn't get it to go. Shoot a contested layup. We had a foot violation on the floor. We'll have SA Red taking it with Queensland again extending pressure up the floor. Great camera views there showing how Queensland can shrink the floor. Just try and apply some shot clock pressure here to the SA Red team. Aldridge finds Smith, he can't go. And Hawke.
Great to see the trust of both experienced coaches already, all 10 players from both teams on the floor, and we've still got well over 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So they both realise that this game's going to be fast-paced, and they're going to need to manage their player minutes. And second game of the day for both teams. Player rotations is going to be an important part in the successes and failures of either of these two teams.
We have a timeout. Timeout here at the Mackay Basketball Stadium. Queensland opting have a chat about the last 4.5 minutes. We currently have Queensland with 4 points this quarter to SA Red scoring 10. What else do you see here, Dale Ryan?
Yeah, look, probably just the last 5 or so minutes from a Queensland perspective, just losing their way a little bit offensively, 4 points and just on the 5 minutes it's been played. The South Australian team doing a good job of getting in the paint, good receiver spots, good reaction off the ball to players, and just probably just a little bit better connection. They just look like they're a little bit more attuned to each other, and that reflects in the scoreboard right now.
26 plays, SA Red 30. We have 5 minutes and 23 to play. Queensland with Le Gassick, McKinnon, Hawk, Yates and Runnels on the floor, while SA Red have Beret, Smith, Aldrich, Reel and Brennan. Runnels is known for being able to light it up for Queensland. Gassick playing off, 2-man game, probing, finds Yates for the jam. Hopefully that gets
the flowing locks of Yates in the air and throwing it down.
Hopefully that gets the big man going. We see big numbers from him today. And that's probably one of the first times we've seen SA really not look as connected as what we've spoken about before. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Beret trying to find Smith, no good, turnover. And that's, steal off the inbound. Quick trip. That would have hurt SA Red. Just to calm things down. Take possession.
Sometimes on that last possession, sometimes you just want to get a good shot. You don't want to be turning the ball over. You got a late shot clock. You'd nearly even be willing to take a shot clock violation than taking a poor pass or poor shot. SA straight back under the basket, score 2 points.
Aldridge being tough, and McKinnon gets a layup. Thought he got hit on that.
Definitely keeping the scorers busy on the sideline there with the amount of offensive power that we're seeing from both teams.
Well, we're all tied up here with 3 minutes 50 to play here in the second quarter as Smith forces, Aldrich, I should say. Smith trying to clean it up. Hawk praying. McKinnon waves away the on ball, shoots the triple. It's no good. Rebound. Runnels, I should say.
There's a defensive breakdown there from the South Australian team on the closeout, and Reynolds taking advantage of the offensive putback.
Threes, no good for SA Red, and it's last touched by Smith. Changes here for SA Red. Queensland 34 playing SA Red 32. 3 minutes and 5 to play to round out this half of basketball. McKissick doing the ball work. Renal gets separation. Great wall there of D from SA. Come up with the stop. Unfortunately, turn it over. Great defensive rotation there off the 2-man game. I talked about it before where they hadn't got a rotation, and there it was.
No, for as good as both teams have been offensively, the defense has been far from terrible, and it's a credit to both coaches and their defensive schemes that we're seeing good basketball from both sides of the ball.
Renal not being able to convert. Rebound, Beret pushes the ball. Goes up and under, gets fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
And I think the defense is reflected in the fact that both these two teams played earlier and both put triple-digit scores on the teams that they played against. So you've got two very good offensive teams that are also showing their ability to play the defensive side of the game. And we've got a great basketball game here happening right now. 34-32, and it's brought a little bit of everything to this point in time.
Ronald picking up his first personal as Gray can't convert the first.
Only 2 foul shots in the, that's the third one, I think, between the two teams. Queensland's yet to get to the foul line, which again, credit where credit's due. The referees letting the players play the game. And
Hawk can't go. Ray finds Smith. Uncharacteristic fumble. Talk about them. Hawk with uncharacteristic fumble. Yates. Le Gassick. Sorry, McKinnon. McKinnon can't go. Can't get his own overboard. SA Red on the attack. Gray finds Aldrich, who overshoots it, and we have a whistle. We just want to have a chat about the shot clock. I believe the referee doesn't felt like it hit the ring. We had a reset to 14.
Given the speed that the ball moves up and down the court and his fight of that ring, I don't blame that even the bench loses track of what's going on out there sometimes.
Great inbound the ball. Finds Impasso.
Queensland into a zone. Little change up from Joel Carlew, coaches for the Queensland team.
Oh, foul. Hawk just trying to compete with Yak in the post. Picks up his second personal for the game. Again, Hawk just trying to physically compete. Oh, McKinnon comes swooping in to snatch it. Red with the ball. Aldridge up and under. Count the basket. He gets an and one. Yates committing the foul.
Great move here. Yates got there defensively, but Aldridge able to counter and find the finish with a little bit of mustard. It's a lively type, Aldridge. Push the ball, he's got good size, shoots a 3. Times there is taking the board, and typical of today's modern game. No player is stereotyped to being any specific role or skill set. It's definitely one of many abilities.
Misses that and one, and we've now got Hawk looking to take flight. Yates with a post up. Too big, too strong. Scores another bucket.
Some great footwork there too. That wasn't just about his power, just the ability to take that extra step and on the pivot and be patient and find that ability to finish. And this is a high quality game. Two quality teams, quality players going head to head, and not sure how many lead changes we've had, but I'm going to say there's been 5 or 6 at least in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Gray to the line. McKinnon causing the foul. Can't convert the first. We mentioned the lack of people going to the line, but that has drastically changed. With SA going to the line the last couple of trips.
Obviously, definitely continuing to put a heat on the rim and challenging the Queensland team and the referees, for that matter, to make the call, and their ability to get the line. Granted, they're not converting as well as they probably would like, is a contributing factor to keeping them in this game.
Here we have Queensland, Le Gassick with the ball, stretching off two-man game, and blocked shot. And the turnover, Hollandov again gets blocked. Twice he's tried to go upstairs. Twice he's been denied. Well, that man gets the assist.
Is there anything that Aldridge can't do? Block at one end, trail and alley-oop to Yak.
Big time player. Hawk. Oh, Yates can't get the put-back dunk. That's two costly possessions here for Queensland that can't convert. Rebound. Ruvaldoff.
And that's the thing. Both these two teams have the capability to blow games out, you know, in a space of minutes, and a 2 3-point deficit quickly turns into a 2 3-point lead on the back of 3 or 4 possessions, and that's going to be the challenge for both of these teams to not let the opposition get on that roll. And to this point, both teams have done a good job of that, and that's why we sit here with a 2-point deficit, 10 to go.
Hawk looks to go downhill, early pick, 5 on the clock. Can't shake his man. 3 ball, no good. And that will see out the half. Queensland 36 plays, SA Red 38. Give us a quick snapshot of how the stat sheet looks, and then we'll go to a break, Dale.
Given the great scoring that we've seen across the two teams, it's amazing to actually note that not one player has reached double figures yet, and I think that's a testament to the quality and depth of both teams. South Australia, 47% from the field. I think have just done a little bit better job of getting to the rim, getting to receiver spots, and making contested shots. The Queensland team on the other side of it, their ability to offensive rebound, create turnovers, 10 steals as a combined group, being active in the passing lanes has been a big part to their successes. And hey, 2 good teams, 2 teams coming into this championship that we knew were going to be right there, and they're demonstrating it here. Game 2, main game of the night, day 1 of this tournament.
That's our expert comments. Dale Ryan giving you the expert point of view. I'm Jonathan Goodman, 36-38. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, do you remember that place we always talked about? You know, the place where kangaroos play down on the sand? And the forests are so ancient that they start to grow houses of their own? Remember, you said you wanted to drive all the way down to the edge where the desert meets the sea.
And you said you wanted to see the stars shine brighter in the skies than ever before, and that when you looked out towards the horizon, all you wanted to see was blue. I think we just found it.
Loves his hoops. That's great.
Yeah, he shot well, and he was captain really well.
Yeah. Shooter. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Just like Oh, and consistent.
Yeah,
You know, other guys had bigger games that he was 4 for 9, 2 for 5. You know, 8 for
14.
8. Yeah.
And 8 shots every game.
He really did, and just understood his strength, got to his spots, had that nice little elevator play that you ran for him. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be ripping that one.
Oh yeah, that was good. We tried a little elevator action today because I was actually thinking about it this morning. Of course we fucked it up, but that's okay. We're the Navy team. We'll keep trying.
I really like what you guys just stuck with it.
Had some fun. Our guys are so. This is the weakest Navy team we've ever brought. Like they're really far off it. But we've got some kids like the kid 30, the long tall with the long mullet. Like he's really exciting. You know, we like him for next year. Darcy Jones, obviously you remember. Zana Gusta. So if we can get a really good tournament to those 3 or 4 guys. And we brought an under 18 kid too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Was he number 9? 13. The lefty.
No, mate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he was injured throughout, but he'd just come off of a surgery. Yeah. Just wasn't right during the trial and hadn't really seen him for like 2 years, you know, so he was unlucky to miss out once we named our 10 for Metro, and to be honest, as you know, I just kept thinking like, he's going to get to go, he's going to, like, with all this COVID stuff and injuries and whatever, like, he's going to go, he's going to end up going. Didn't end up going. We had someone in the first team injured, so we lost one of our players, and I'm like, let's just give it a crack, you know, like, he's in shape, he's in like state prep mode anyway. So he's been
really good. Been really good. So, which is a nice bonus. Again, that's what our Navy team's about. You know, man, providing those sorts of opportunities. So
We had kid Wicked Craig. Wouldn't have played last year at a national.
yeah,
Came here in the second team.
yep,
Tore it up.
yeah, how good.
And now he's played last four.
Yeah, exactly right. Who's the shooter for you guys? Who torched us this morning? Wearing number 10 today. He's nice. He's got the headband.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's him. Oh, no wonder. Right.
He did have a team last year.
Yeah.
He brought 2 teams. I think it's really good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So we've got to make sure that SA doesn't get a second team. That's what he's telling us, Scotty. Okay.
So, yeah.
He's a fine. Yeah, he's exciting. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Struggling a little bit today, but
All right. Can we get him a scholarship to Victorian private school or something? Can we get him relocated? Yeah, that's it.
as you go, like I saw the result, you guys were there and right there in it.
Really credit to the kids again because of where they're coming from to rally the Savo because we gave them a bit of a rip. You know, there was some culture stuff that we didn't take care of this morning, and they responded like better engagement and stuff.
Welcome back wherever you are here around the world for the second half of this nail-biting game. We have the Queensland under-20 men versus the SA Red under-20 men here at the Australian under-20 Championships in sunny Mackay. I'm Jonathan Goodman, accompanied by special comments and expert commentator Dale Ryan.
Thanks, Jonathan. I continue to applaud you for your fine assessments of my commentating abilities. Yeah, look, great game. Definitely the pick of the three that we've had. And these games don't happen without our major supporters and partners. So to the likes of Skins, Victor, iAthletic, the Australian Sports Commission, Australian Institute of Sport, Macron Sporting, Game Day, The Focus, the NBL, Hoop City, New Era. We thank you for your support that allows us to bring this wonderful game to the masses. And what a game it's been tonight. One that no matter where you are in the world and you're interested in the game of basketball, this is a game for the ages.
We are live here on KO Freebies as we watch the highlights of the first half. McKinnon goes upstairs, and I'm sure that will be said again throughout the night. Again, we look at SA Red being able to just respond, favorably showing their shooting prowess. This game, as you've mentioned, has had numerous lead changes. What do you see a team needing to do to just get their noses out to get this game to a comfortable margin?
I think it's about stops, building momentum, building runs. Both teams have made runs, but each team on the flip side have been able to counter those runs. And I think just the team that can piece together 3 or 4 defensive stops and match out at the offensive end, you know, both these teams have the capability to just blow a game apart within 3 or 4 possessions. So time will tell to see whether one of those teams can do it.
And here we go, Smith with the ball for SA Red. Good ball movement. Three's no good. And we have an out of bounds. Smith unable to connect. Big bucket again, Smith. Queensland with the ball. McDowell White into the starting group. Oh, McKinnon gets blocked.
We've had 3 or 4 plays like that where, you know, both teams have looked like a certain basket only to be stopped at the last line. A great block by Aldridge, who's been a major player for the SA team as team captain.
Yates to Le Gassick for the triple. That takes them to 39-40. As we see Mpazu bringing up the ball. Now you may hear Smith to Smith. I've just had it confirmed, no relation. As we have Aldridge, your guy.
Uncanny knack, just when you think he's been beaten and stopped, he finds a way to score, be it a Euro step or a finish off the left or the right, and very, very impressive.
And a big D rebound. Ray. We game Aldridge into the 2-man game with Smith. Smith finds a way into the lane, can't get it, hook back, Paso. Extends their lead to 5. McDowell White.
You know, between the two teams over 20 offensive rebounds, so definitely a skill set of both teams that is contributing to their scoring prowess.
Turnover. Preston Le Gassick advancing the ball to Queensland. Gives it up to Yates. Yates with McKinnon. McKinnon down into the lane. Nice fade. Can't go. Rebound. Aldridge. Oh! Paso going upstairs with a jam. That gets his group excited. Now to take the lead by 7.
This is what we spoke about, just that ability just to blow a game, 3-4 possessions. It's a 1 or 2 point game, and now all of a sudden it's 7. And do Queensland have that ability now to counter?
And it comes down to the stops, as you said.
Ulbrich again. Is that his third or fourth block?
I think so. I felt Costas just tried to do too much with that first possession. McDowell White falling out at the end of the shot clock. Can't go. Off to the races. SA Red. And right now as a coach, you're thinking, do I need to burn it?
He was about to say the same thing, but look, knowing Joel, he'll trust his group to settle and find a way on the court by themselves. And
we see a change about to happen for this Queensland group. Hawk coming in, McDowell White out. Let's see if you talked about it. It's about teams being able to string together stops, and we've seen SA Red do that. Now can Queensland consolidate and get a stop. Smith. Ridishire back in the game. Smith probing, pulls the trigger. It's good. 1, 2, 3. That's a dagger. 51-39. Championship quarter here is the third quarter better known for. And SA Red take a commanding hold. Hawk probing. Ball sticking in hands now for Queensland. Le Gassick, baseline drive, gets denied. Turnover.
There's that disconnect again with the Queensland team. Ball sticking in hands, as you said, Jonathan, and just a lack of movement. Lack of movement of the ball, lack of movement of players, and you just see the momentum now is shifting to the South Australian team. They're finding the extra energy. They're finding the pressure on the ball. They're in the passing lanes, block shots, pushing it on transition. And right now, the challenge for Joel Carlew and his coaching staff is to find something from his group. What resilience do they have? What are they going to do in the trenches?
Queensland men only being able to score 3 points for the quarter to the 13 run of SA Red. Right now, Clue trying to find an answer of getting defensive stops within the first 3 minutes of this quarter. And if you're Coach Cooper down the other end, your chat amongst your camp is, hey, we're okay here. We're in good shape.
Look, they'll both be measured around what they have to say. They'll have a game plan from the get-go, and for Queensland, it'll be a realignment. It won't be panic stations or anything. They'll look to maybe shift their defense a little bit, maybe a little bit of extended pressure, maybe a zone, just something to change the pace, because at the moment it's all South Australia. On the flip side, I'm sure David will be saying, look, boys, now we reset at 0-0. We need to keep pushing this thing out. We need to keep continuing to do what we do. We need to be ready for something different from the Queensland team. And, yeah, this next 2 or 3 minutes could decide where this game starts to shift and move.
Well, I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I've said it over 1,000 times. Third quarter, championship quarter, this can make or break a basketball game. As we see in Pazu carrying the ball for SA Red, and Ridishire moving the ball through hands to Smith, Smith to Smith, and offensive foul. Just trying to do too much there.
Great job by Le Gassick, fighting over the screen, staying in front, and being rewarded for his efforts.
Dan Smith.
I think for Queensland, this is where the likes of Le Gassick, McKinnon, they need to step up. They need to show their leadership. They need to show their experience. They're a championship-winning team from last year, and they need to dig deep here a little bit and set the tone if they're going to be any chance to whittle away this lead.
And on cue, Le Gassick goes for the long two, doesn't go. SA Red down the other end, and they are bleeding points. 39 plays 53. 14 points on margin.
Ulbrich, first player in the double digits, and yet again showing his class against the likes of an NBL player in Max McKinnon, and his ability to finish with a nice silky smooth finish. The Queensland right back at you with the three, and they won't go down without a fight, that's for sure.
Margin now 11 with that Ruha Def 3. I do apologise to his family. And a still SA Red ball. Coach Cooper getting a little excited. And Pazu to inbound it for SA Red. British Shire. Smith can't go. Big rebound. McKinnon. Oh, McKinnon. Gassick. And there he is. Just like you said, he needed to step up, and he has. Hits a triple. The margin's now 8. 45. Plays 53. For Pasu. Aldrich reverses the ball back through from Pasu, and Pasu denies the on-ball. In trouble. Jay
All starts with the D. All starts with the D. McKinnon on the push again.
Oh! Tastes him, Pasu. Says no. Big triple. And there's more desperation from this Queensland group, really competing on everything. As we see SA Red trying to settle, get a bucket, stretch the D, late rotation, over help from Queensland. Gives up the open three. Banks in the corner aren't usually high percentage shots.
No, they're not. I just sense that Queensland's got this momentum now. South Australia looking a little bit frazzled, a little bit out of control, and Queensland has a great opportunity here to build on its comeback and continue to put that scoreboard pressure, and then build again on the defensive side of the ball.
Queensland 45 plays SA Red 53. It's 3 minutes and 44 to play here in the third quarter at the Mackay Stadium here at the Australian Under-20 Championships. Hawk trying to get his feet in the paint. Triple. Pucker Costas backing himself to stick it. Had his feet set. And now, rebound. Queensland's way. D. Smith having a break.
I just think right now, Le Gassick, high on ball, let them play, let him make something happen. He's made a couple of baskets and been a big part of the little run they just made now. I think he just needs to have the ball in his hand and let things play from there.
Big three. Le Gassick, he's gone back-to-back threes. Right on cue. Coach D. Ryan.
The check is in the mail. Young Preston.
SA Red coming down.
And again, I'm loving the fact that referees are letting the players play. Make decisions.
Heat check. That's what you call a heat check. Kissick not being able to go.
And he won't die wondering.
Kick out. Another almost completed rebound and an out of bounds. Hawk relentless on that.
Just again, that game awareness, and they just got to keep going back to that well. Le Gassick with ball in hand, ability to score, ability to find the open man, and those shots will come down, and rule of death, he's got to take that, and he's got to continue to take that shot, because that's a good shot, and even though it didn't go in, he's got to make sure that the next time the feet are set, the ball is in hand, he's confident and ready to fire.
Papakostas checks out, Yates back in. Queensland have 16 offensive rebounds. They are going to hit the glass hard in this third quarter of the championship quarter. Nice finish, nice poise by Stock with the runner. Again, post-catch, movement off the ball. Push this thing back out to 7.
Yeah, just what SA needed just then, the Queensland team making a run, and good composure, and that's a sign of a quality team and quality players. And
at one stage here, SA Red led by as much as 14 points, and Queensland been able to bring it back to a 7-point deficit. Yates with the catch. Feels good himself. Oh! Yak says no, and again, Yak with that rim protection. Did a great job of trying to deny, but is that
Offensive
Yates?
rebound 17.
SA Red. Margin 5. Stock. To Ridishire. Ridishire to Yak. Yak. Lets it fly, and it's off to the right. And we'll have Queensland ball.
I just feel the South Australian team, you know, Smith not out there at the moment running the point. They just seem to lack a little bit of direction, and clearly Coach Cooper just trying to play out the quarter, trying to rest his studs to make a run in the fourth and see if he can maintain this lead. But there's an opportunity here for Queensland to further cut into the deficit.
And we've talked about both teams already having a game today as Hawke tries to thread the needle, can't go. Oh, nice. Oh, again. Yak says no. Oh, he almost got another one. Yates, rebound. Shot clock, 10. Queensland unable to score. Again, relentless on that rebound. Stock with the ball. And again, Yak not being able to score down the other end.
It's like they're willing the ball to go in on offense rather than having a purpose around doing it. But finding ways to get stops, finding ways to maintain the lead, and basket here in a 7-point lead. And
Brennan finding Ridishire. Yak with a much needed basket. Margins back to 7. Oh, stop. Getting after Hawke. Hawke just showing some composure. Triple. Queensland no good. Yates, rebound. Took a bit of poise there. Felt like he should have just gone straight back up. McVeigh picks up the foul. 50 plays 57 here, and both teams only having one team foul each. Neither one really forcing the issue. We have 4 seconds to play. The end of this third quarter. And it needs to be said that SA has largely done it with their starters on the bench.
look, they've weathered the storm, 7-point lead. Chance here, I think, for Pasu to make something special potentially. But I think, given the run that Queensland made, SA will be quite comfortable to come in with a lead of 7 or more points.
Pasu with the runner from the three-point land and almost banked it. The bank was almost open at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night. As we go into the last break, third quarter time break, Queensland 50, SA Red 57. We have an exciting quarter to play. Dale Ryan, talk us through it.
Yeah, look, an entertaining quarter, the tale of two halves to the quarter. SA making that 10, 11-point run, pushing out the lead to as much as 14, and then Queensland finding a way to chip away and get the lead back to 7, and be it for a couple of possessions there, a couple of finishes from Yates, great offensive rebounds, but just not able to quite finish. It could have been a little bit closer on the scoreboard, but hey, 50-57, the game well poised for an exciting fourth quarter.
Now, Le Gassick was big that quarter. He had back-to-back triples and really looked like he was the one going to ignite this Queensland group going. He has 13 points and he is 3 of 7 shooting the three ball at 42%. He leads all shooters from a percentage point of view from the three-point line. But again, the offensive rebounding of Queensland are keeping them in this game. They're only shooting the ball at 29%. They really need to do more with their offensive possession.
Yeah, look, if you looked at stats, you'd sort of think, 29%, how are they 7 points adrift, or only 7 points adrift? And as you said, it's come down. Offensive rebounds, like 22, fantastic effort, extra shots, extra opportunities. They continue to cause turnovers at the South Australian end as well. 14 turnovers for the South Australian team. But what I'm really impressed with the South Australian team, just that even spread. You go down the list of stats and you 7, 6, 7, 8, 10, 4, 6, 4, 5. Like, you know, who do you defend? Who is the person that you've got to stop? Right now, it's all of them. And a large part of the reason why they lead 7-up with 1 quarter to play.
And you'll even look at the minute spread. You've got Yak playing 14, Brennan playing over 11, and Redishire playing 14 and a half. And I think it's Stock playing 9. The coach showing just great trust in his group. Seeing McKinnon handling the ball. Just Peachy checks in. Oh, fade away. Oh, rebound again. Queensland. Yates crash. Can't come up with it. SA secures possession of Redishire, pushing the ball.
I think that's key for Queensland. Outside of Le Gassick and McKinnon, they need that 3rd or 4th scorer to step up and give them something. Perhaps Costas did it early on in the first quarter, but hasn't been seen quite yet. And yeah, I think they just need that third or 4th option.
Peachy trying to get going on the offense, can't get it. McVeigh with a foul.
And this will be an interesting part. The referees have let the game go. It will be interesting to see whether they continue to let the game play out in the manner that it has to now. You know, I've enjoyed it. I know the fans enjoy it because we like to see basketballers play basketball.
It has definitely been going up and down as we see SA Red getting into the O. There's your man, D. Smith, check back into the game. Nice slip from Yak, and he can't convert. And we're off and running. Bay finds McKinnon. McKinnon trying to make something happen, gets his feet in the paint, can't go.
Probably just seeing the signs on both sides. There's that lack of ability to finish, maybe a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of tightness. And this is where true champions step up and
Redishire, he's your call, and he says, I'll put SA Red on my shoulders to break the basket.
Tough move, tough finish. And there's been enough of it from the South Australian team to show, you know, it's a skill, it's an ability to compete, to be contested, and still find a way to score. And that's been a common thing across Redishire, Aldrich, Smith, their ability, you know, great defense from the Queensland side of things, still finding a way to put the ball in the hoop.
50 plays 59 here at the Mackay Stadium as Redishire for his and 1 can't go, and an almost offensive rebound on the free throw. That may have summed up Queensland's night. Hands in the cookie jar. McKinnon turnover. Kick out 3. Aldrich, no good. Rebound, Peachy.
It's like to see the ball get through more hands on the Queensland end. The ball's sticking, lots of dribble, and a little bit stagnant at the moment. Just sort of living and dying by the jump shot. I think they've just got to find another way.
With that, Papakostas sticks the 3.
Yeah, just get your centre to trail and knock down the 3. That's
simple
what needs to be done.
Simple game.
But again, comes down offensive rebounds. Another one, another opportunity. You give a quality team like this many shots, 23 offensive rebounds now in the game. And it's no doubt that is keeping this Queensland team still within striking distance.
Redishire there, just going out of bounds on the baseline drive, looking pretty crafty as he made that take. We have a timeout here at the Mackay Stadium. SA Red leading Queensland 59-53, 7 minutes and 24 seconds to play. Coach Cooper taking that one. What do you think he'll be saying to his group?
Look, I think he's, I think it'll be just reinforcement of what they've been doing. Probably starting to diagram some sets, get a feel for where are their mismatches, where are their opportunities for them to score. And then just that continued focus around defensive rebounding for them. Again, Queensland team, 25 offensive rebounds right now. Stop that, and you probably win the basketball game.
Yep, and SA Red having all starters in except for Impasu, who has 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocked shots. We look at the SA Red group, and that you look at the scoring spread. Really, Coach Cooper can go with anyone and still continue to put some pressure on that Queensland D. Queensland, Le Gassick 13, Royal Def with 10, and Papakostas off the bench with 9. They're looking for answers.
Yeah, they just want to break it. You always have this thing, you're making a run, but you just can't quite get over the hump. And there's so many times with coach teams like that. We just want that one extra play, that one extra basket that just breaks it. And that's what Queensland needs right now.
Gassick advancing the ball up the floor.
I like this look. Papakostas, McKinnon, 2 Brisbane Capital boys. Got a good feel, got a good sense. And now they've got to go back to that again. That's the key for me, for them. They've got to go back to that and just go back to the well and see what SA do.
As we see SA forcing shot up.
Yates again getting great position, just needs to do a better job of finishing or finding someone else for the finish.
Pasu back in the game. Nice take and a foul as Aldrich.
I think for both teams, they've got to recognise their strengths. And, you know, for me, Aldrich has got to have the ball in his hands. Smith, when he's out there, he needs to have the ball in his hands. And the rest of the players, it's about spacing, it's about rebounding. On the flip side, you know, for Queensland, for me, you know, Le Gassick, McKinnon, and maybe Papakostas in an on-ball scenario. I think good things happen there. So can each team recognise that, go to that well, and then, you know, can players make big plays?
Aldrich connects on his first and on his second. Takes the margin back to 6. McVeigh trapped on the catch.
And as small as it's been, SA 6 of 10, I think. But that 6 points is 6 more points than what the Queensland team have yet to go to the foul line. And these little things are going to be the points of difference down the stretch, and potentially things that coaches look back at and go, there's the difference.
Neither group really having any foul trouble, with Aldridge picking up that foul, that hold to stop the layup. Yates trying to make something happen, can't. McVeigh, pocket pass. Oh, takes it. Right. Sorry. Smith, Jay Smith. Out, where is he? Comes from nowhere.
There must be at least 5 or 6 plays like that with Queensland seemingly ball near ring, about to go through, and a South Australian player, Smith, Radishar, Aldrich, find a way to stop the play.
They haven't got the size that Queensland do, but their rim protection is impressive. Paso, nice way, finds his way to the basket, can't make the layup. Queensland secures possession. Gassick looking to stretch. Turns it over.
Too much dribble again, I think. Just the ball's going to get through some sets of hands, then come back to Le Gassick later in the shot clock. But it's the SAD set. They're all bunching in on that.
And you look at the difference in SA just trying to get through a good set. They had a good look. Also unable to convert.
That's where I said, you know, Big time players make big time plays, and just at the moment, both teams struggling to find that player that can just push it out or get it back if it's Queensland's situation.
Another turnover. Another turnover. 5 to play. 55. 61. 6 points. Papakostas.
I was surprised after his first quarter that he didn't see as much time in the second quarter, and it's good to see him out there because I think he's given SA trouble on the offensive end.
And SA unable to convert on that position. Queensland 57 plays SA Red 61. Papakostas, the man doing it for Queensland. A little razzle-dazzle and no good. Oh, rebound, put back.
There it is again. SA
Red not having an answer here. You can't help but feel that whoever wins this game will feel like Jimmy Pike. Jimmy Pike, known as the jockey of Far Lap and being the favourite for this tournament, and SA comes down the other end. Pass through the Queensland group wanting the floor white. It's not going to happen until the next stoppage. Papakostas.
There's good ball movement. Yeah, Le Gassick into the on ball. Mismatch now. Simple game. Just there, that's just that slight variation. Ball gets through sets of hands, and now Le Gassick on the third, fourth, fifth pass. Now he's getting in an on-ball situation. You get the switch, you get the mismatch. Now you space it, go to the line, knock him down.
You see Aldridge with a mismatch on Le Gassick. You would have really liked to have seen SA everyone get a foot off or a foot in the paint and just condense and shrink the floor. So, you know, Aldridge could then guard him closely not to take the three, but instead.
And look, that's the big step for a lot of these players making the move into senior basketball. They're very individually talented players. That ability, that game awareness, that's what's going to be the difference for a lot of these guys making that next step up, be it NBL 1 or to the next level at an NBL level. But, you know, there's a lot to like about all these players, no two ways about it. But this is where you see the real players and the ability of players and game-changing players down the stretch. 3-point game, 3.5 to play. Who's going to bring home the cookies?
And turnover there for SA Red. Hawk. Kick out. Extra pass, Le Gassick. Bang! Ties up the ball game. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. 63 apiece. We have ourselves a ball game going into crunch. Yak up against Papakostas. Kick out. Oh, is that Hawk? No, McKinnon coming off. Getting a big block. Smith putting heat on the ball. Le Gassick kick out. Three's no good. Oh, rebound. Queensland. Le Gassick kick out. And, oh! There I thought Rulandoff was going to have an easy two, but again, the rebound count just in favour of this South group.
18 more possessions, 28 rebounds to 10 on the offensive boards. We keep saying it. SA keep allowing it. And now we are, after leading by 14, Queensland now take the lead.
Shout out to Coach Nyberg sitting at home in his lounge room watching his SA Red group going to battle. Known very well in SA as the Jim Pike. He always seems to get on a pretty good favourite to win a championship. And here we go. Queensland 64 plays SA Red 63 in Pasu. Into Yak, off the glass. SA Red take back the lead. 2 minutes 10 to play. McKinnon. McKissick stretches it. Pocket pass. Stretching the SAD. Oh! And Pasu. Well, there was a few there that could have got their hands on that. Great rim protection again for SA Red. Need a bucket again to keep applying pressure to go through 2-0 at these championships. Smith probing, gets his feet in the paint. Makes a big bucket. SA Red now with a lead, 3.
And the quality players of both teams stepping up. What do we have here? Timeout? Maybe?
No.
Yes.
Maybe a substitution. Yeah, substitution.
Last 2 minutes.
For those at home who aren't aware, the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, it is a non-running clock, so therefore on the Queensland possession, they can make their substitution. Yates into the ball game for Royal the Death. Again, that's one of FIBA's nice rules.
I know you want the best players on the court down the stretch, and
makes the game very entertaining. Gassick, McKinnon probing. Again, high-low, haven't seen it, there it is. Papakostas can't go, Yates with the find. Textbook, good separation, Papakostas on the roll. And again.
after 3 quarters where the referees have made minimal calls, here we are, both teams in the penalty, and the old adage, free throws win games.
Now, Dale, it is humid in here, and you see the players wiping their hands on the wall as Papakostas connects to have his group only lead here by 2 with 1:21 to play. I don't want to do the early crow, but I'm saying OT.
I don't think anyone would disagree with you given the quality of tonight's game. Get another extra 5 minutes of it.
The rebound, Beret. Pasu turns the corner, pull up, it's short. Yap keeping it alive, but it's Queensland come away with it. It's McKinnon. Sorry, Hawk. McKinnon with the ball now.
Papakostas.
Calling up Papakostas, he picks and pops. Yates, triple. Hawk! Hawk with a big bucket. We hadn't seen it. We know he can. He's been quiet, and we say it once, we say it again. Big time players turn up in crunch time. Queensland take the lead with 47 seconds left. 68 plays 67. And we have an SA Red timeout.
Not that we have the stats here, but got to be at least 15 changes in lead over the course of the game, and a credit to both teams that have maintained this high standard and level of play. And as we've touched on a few other times, you know, this is a great demonstration of the quality of basketball in this country. 2 teams going at it, 2 great coaches, a great setting, great environment, and we have 47 seconds more for a little more of the story to play out.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier, 21 and 23 points off the bench for each group. That's 21 for Queensland, 23 for SA Red. If you're Coach Cooper, you're probably talking about trying to find a better shot selection, where I feel Queensland are now finding open men as opposed to, say, a contested shot with SA Red.
Now for me, SA, Smith and Aldrich in an on-ball or a similar sort of situation. On the Queensland end, a Le Gassick, McKinnon with a Papakostas. That's where I'm going to down the stretch when the game's on the line.
I think you'll find Hawk will have something to say about that. He's definitely a big-time player as we see the ball in here with Beret. Oh. And a foul.
There he is, Max McKinnon.
Big defensive play. The gap shooter from the weak side in that middle pick and roll.
Probably lucky not to get the unsportsmanlike on the review of that.
And that is probably one of the best D rotations I've seen out of mid pick and roll. Weak side guard, gap shooting through and almost running away, which would have been definitely another dunk.
Was probably the difference. Sam probably would have got the steal and dunked it. Max, well, he got fouled and going to the foul line, so.
Sam's going to love you for that one. Could be a handy point here. Max, if you can convert on this. He does. The margin's now 2. 69 plays 67 as SA Red Gray come down the floor. Aldridge finds his way into the paint, can't go. There's a stop, and Aldridge gives up the foul.
There's that dreaded humidity and sweat on the ball, slipping out of the hands.
I don't know about you, Dale, but I am sweating up the excitement here in Mackay. Seeing these two teams who are undefeated. Someone's about to get handed their first loss as we see Hawk going to the line. Coach Cooper has 1 timeout left while Kalu has 2. And this makes the game of chess an interesting one. If he hits both, do you take it? Do you take the last, or do you trust your group to run a possession with 21 to go now that the 3 points margin?
I like the full court, especially a team like this. Gives you space, gives you room to play, gives you more time. You end up having the last shot.
Hawk not being able to confirm. Pasu pushing it offensively. Goes for the layup. Doesn't make it. Out of bounds, foul.
Great seal then by Aldridge, though, that created that open look, and Pasu just...
We have a foul off the ball. On the rebound, and you see it on the replay. We're going to the line to Aldridge. Going to the line to shoot 2.
2 or 3 to this point in time. Can the captain step up? And even the score.
Oh, Pasu getting hit.
Not sure how that's come about.
We saw the replay.
I think the referees are discussing said point. And the right player is now on the line.
Pasu was 2 from 2.
Max gives some encouraging words there to young Aldridge as he steps up to the line.
Aldridge, ice in his veins. Can't go. Oh, and Pasu with being disruptive. Smith, runner, no, or floater, I should say. 5 seconds to play, Queensland.
Smart play. Smart play. Recognise the clock, throw it down the other end, can't get fouled.
Threw some air on it too, and that is it. That is Queensland round out 69-68. 1-point victors over SA Red. Coach Ryan, take me through some of the highlights, some of the low points, and your biggest impact on the game.
What a game, really. I mean, a little bit anticlimactic, really, to finish it in the end there with the missed foul shot and then the missed opportunity and then the ball thrown the other end. But hey, you got to say that's a great game of basketball. A great effort by Queensland to stick it out. 14 points down. SA going about doing their thing. Multiple scorers, multiple abilities. But for me, the big thing, you get more possessions, you get more shots, you got a greater chance of winning the basketball game. 28 offensive rebounds. It's just a simple number that you can look back at and go, that was the reason. But hey, credit to both teams, credit to both coaches. And the